Hello, parents. My name is Mrs. Holmberg, and I'm going to be your student's English teacher for this year. So, a little bit about me. I am married. My husband's name is Mike. As you can see from the picture, before I became a teacher, I spent about 13 years in the Army. My husband just retired from the Army this summer after spending 20 years there. And we moved here from New York, and so Arizona is our permanent retirement home. We have three children. Aiden is 17. He is a senior this year as well. Lucas is 15 and a sophomore. Emma is 6 and she is in the first grade. All right, so logistics for our class. Your student can always go to the Buzz landing page for any of their classes, and then that will give them a link to Google Classroom. However, Google Classroom is where we are going to be posting all of my assignments, and that is also where students will be turning in all of their assignments. So your student should already have joined my Google Classroom page, and they should be very familiar with it by now. So in addition to Google Classroom, we are going to be using Zoom, and that is where we are going to do all of our meetings. So I chose Zoom for a couple of different reasons, but the primary reason is because it currently gives us the option to meet in a big group and then me to split people out into smaller groups for some small group discussion, then come back to large group. So it really enables us to mirror what we would be doing and mimic what we would be doing in the classroom. So if the other applications open up and allow us to do breakouts, then we might switch to a different platform. But for now, we're going to be using Zoom. Communication. So I feel like communication is extremely important. And so I am going to communicate with you as much as possible to let you know what is going on, but also to communicate with your student. So I have office hours set up Monday through Thursday from noon to 1 p.m. However, your student is always able to email me and set up a different time if that doesn't work for them because they have a class or they are going to work or something like that. So my email address is on the screen. You are more than welcome to email me at any time. I try to respond to emails as quickly as possible. However, in addition to email, I also set up Remind, and this is just for parents. Students have a different Remind link for them based on their class period. So this one is just for parents. So if you would like to use this form of communication in addition to email, you may download the Remind app on your phone, and then you're just going to need to send a text to the number 81010. And then in the text box, you're going to type in @Remind pair. That's going to link your Remind with my Remind. And so then you can just send me something directly, or I can push out information to parents. Okay. I try to stay as organized as possible. And so I feel like the more organized I am, the easier it is going to be on your student. So to help with this, I do a daily checklist every day. I'm going to pull this up. And so this is the one from 10 August for senior English. And so the first thing that you're going to see at the very top, or your student sees, is the meetings. So anytime that we have live meetings, it's going to let them know what periods I'm meeting with and what time that Zoom meeting is going to take place. You'll also see that I've hyperlinked it. So if they click on the hyperlink, it'll take them directly to the Zoom meeting, and then they can get into the meeting. This is also in Google Classroom, but since everything else is hyperlinked in here, it makes it really easy. I also do a daily attendance form, and this is going to be the first thing that your student does when they come to my class. It's my version of taking attendance online. So they're going to click on this link at the very beginning of the class period, and so I remind them to do this if they haven't already. But they click on this link and it takes them directly to the Google form that they need to fill out for that day for attendance. So Google Forms timestamps when they turn it in, so it lets me know what time they completed it. And then we have 2 additional categories in here for right now, and the first one is in-class resources. This is anything that we're going to be using in our live meetings. So short stories that we're going to be reviewing, worksheets, or anchor charts or videos, anything that we're going to be using is going to be hyperlinked in here. So if they click on it, it's going to take them directly to that document. So for this day, we went over classroom climate and norms. It's directly linking it to that resource that we're going to be talking about and doing in class. And then that last one is homework. So anytime that your student has homework, it's going to be hyperlinked in here. The difference is that in this particular one, it's hyperlinked to the Google Classroom assignment. So when they click on it, it's going to open up their Google Classroom directly to that assignment, which is where all the instructions are for it. Any documents that they need to fill out or complete is in there. And it's also where they're going to turn the assignment in. So some assignments additionally are going to have, so this one has a document, for instance. And so if they click on this document, it's going to open up the instructions for that assignment. And then it gives them the instructions and then also gives them a hyperlink for for this particular assignment, where they're going to do the assignment. So we use Padlet, we use Flipgrid, we're going to use Kahoot, a new application that's maybe not familiar to them, called Nearpod. And so in the instructions in here, it's going to hyperlink that directly for them so they don't have to go out and find it. And that's the way that we're going to stay organized and make sure that we stay on top of things. Additionally, when we start doing assignments and homework or in-class work that have a due date, you're also going to see a due date right here in addition to the hyperlink. Now, if you noticed in that what do you meme assignment, it gave them a due date in Google Classroom. So the due date is posted in two places. So we shouldn't hear any, I didn't know when it was due. It's in two different places to make it as easy as possible. All right, and so that's the end of my presentation, but if you have any questions for me, please don't hesitate to email me. Don't hesitate to download that Remind app and send me a text through there. I am available the majority of the time to answer your emails and your text messages. So please don't be afraid to email me or send me a Remind text. Thank you, and I look forward to working with you guys this year.